Hello, hear me now if you do. This is my first attempt to do a video call from my phone. Usually I use my computer in the office, so I'm not sure if the quality will be actually better. So please let me know if you can see me. So today I'm going to answer some popular questions that we have received from our subscribers. And I want to start with the questions that we have received from our dear subscriber that we have for, I think, months, if not 2 years. So I will start with answering his questions, and then as soon as I get some new fresh questions from you, I'll cover them as well. So let me adjust my computer so that I can see his questions actually. It's not as convenient to do it from my home office as it is actually from my office at Diolli, but the question is, the gentleman is written, I am generally a very optimistic person. However, after seeing into the previous relationship, which didn't work out, makes me feel a bit uncomfortable to get into a new relationship. So is this a normal feeling? I can tell that it is really a normal feeling to be afraid of the heartbreak, especially after you have experienced ones. And many of my clients who went through a nasty divorce, and usually divorces are not pleasant, or through a complicated breakup, which usually are not pleasant as well. Of course, you have doubts if it is worth it, and of course, you are afraid that you will have to live through the similar process again. But it is important to concentrate on positive things. For example, try to think about all the positive aspects that you really liked about your relationship. Hi, Harshad. Try to think about what you liked when you were in relationship. What is that special something that, in your opinion, made you a happier person when you were not single? And also keep in mind that your previous relationship, in those relationships, you have been with the other person. So your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend, she is one of a kind, and your new partner would be one of a kind as well. So your new partner is not responsible for all the whole situation with your ex-partner. Sometimes gentlemen try to bring their past experience into their new relationship. For example, if the lady he dated before was jealous, he is very suspicious to his new partner if the new partner will be jealous as well. And it is a road to nowhere. Keep in mind that when you meet the new person, everything will be new. You will be the new person. And if you think of yourself when you were in that marriage or in that relationship, and you think of yourself now, I'm sure you understand that there is a difference. First of all, you went through that relationship. You have learned and hopefully have grown to another person. So sometimes people go out on a date, and after the date, they try to give the feedback that, for example, oh, I didn't like this or I didn't like that about my date. She said this or she looked like that. They concentrate on the negative thing. But if you will try to concentrate on positive and actually try to concentrate on what you like about your partner, about your date, about the lady in front of you. If, for example, okay, maybe she's not that tall, but her smile is sweet. Or maybe she doesn't have the degree in I don't know, physics. Instead of thinking about negative things that you don't like about the lady in front of you, concentrate on all the positive things. Try to each date that you go to. Of course, it is scary to go into a new relationship, but try to think about what you will gain if this relationship actually work out. If they won't work out, well, it happens. For example, you can go through a few dates, and after that, you both can realize that your long-term plans don't actually align, or you're looking for different things. But you will gain experience. It is important to open your heart to love, especially right now when we are on the lockdown. I'm sure many people realize acutely well that they are stuck at home alone, or just with a cat, or just with a dog. It is not a shame to be single, but you have to think if being single really makes you happy, or if you are stuck at home with the right person. If you are stuck at home with the right person, you will actually enjoy it. You will actually enjoy extra. The gentleman writes me that what would my future Ukrainian girlfriend think about me, who had a relationship previously with a Ukrainian lady which didn't work out? Will she have a lot of doubts? I always tell our clients and our subscribers in our blog that first date, second date, I would say the early stage of your relationship is not the right time to discuss exes. I don't know why people like bringing it so often. Maybe some people see some honesty in the fact that they will speak their exes and I don't know, declare openly their whole sexual history. The lady in front of you, she doesn't know you yet, and she will judge. Of course, we try all not to be judgmental, but still, when we meet the new person, we can think if we like that person or not based on that limited amount of information that we have about this person, and of course, based on our inner feelings. So the lady in front of you, if she is on the first or second date with you, she doesn't know you yet. And if you will start talking about your ex, first of all, you will bring the third person to the date with you. So she will be there, and we all know that having a third lady, even like a spiritual ex lady, like your ex girlfriend, like the ghost of your ex girlfriend, is not a good idea. So if you really are build a certain trust level with the new person, with your new girlfriend, of course, there will be time when you both will find it necessary to talk about your past and you can tell about your Ukrainian girlfriend. But I wouldn't do it on the first 5 dates, and I wouldn't do it honestly within first 2 months of relationship. You have to concentrate on your partner and on you. So this early stage has to be about two of you. Uh, your new love interest, romantic interest, and yourself. It's not the right place for all the other people. Okay, there's a question that I would like to cover. As I become older, does it become even more difficult to find a nice Ukrainian lady? A lot depends what age groups do you consider. I often see a situation where, for example, the gentleman reached out to us and he's 38 and we start discussing which age groups he can consider. And for example, we concentrate on he wants to date younger and we concentrate on late 20s, early 30s. And then the gentleman thinks that, okay, now is not now the time is not right for the matchmaking. I will return to this question in several years. And he returns to us 3 years after, telling that, oh, now I'm ready for the matchmaking process. But he still wants to date ladies from the same age group, late 20s, early 30s. And he is already, for example, 41 or 42. And when we tell him that, no, you can't go below 30s because ladies won't find you interesting enough to date and you should concentrate on other age groups, he feels offended. Some gentlemen think that they can grow older, but their pool of candidates will remain the same. I don't think that if you are getting older, it is more complicated to find the partner. If you are getting older and at the same time you get more mature and you get wiser, then you would be pickier about who you invest your love into. And by being pickier, I don't mean that you will start choosing ladies who are only blonde or only have blue or green eyes or ladies with high cheekbones. I'm talking about a situation when you will really choose the lady whose long-term goals align with yours, a lady who is on the same page with you about relationship, about gender roles, about money, about family. Her values will be similar to you. What about? I read the next question. I would like to take my own time to get settled and not rush into anything. However, it looks like we have lost a connection, but I'm back. Maybe quest for searching for Ukrainian lady is still alive. Strongly believe it can work. Do you think this mindset of mine is correct, or am I just being impractical? I can tell you that you have to be sure that you want to start the matchmaking process or the search or the online dating, of course, but can you really be sure something about something in this life? There are always something that will come up, a new project at work, or a new governmental restriction, some family issues. Life is busy and hectic, and things happen. So sometimes when we are looking for this perfect time, when, for example, you won't be too busy at work, or when, for example, the season at work is over, or when you will lose weight, gain weight, when you will uh, go on a vacation and relax, and after that you will start dating. We are looking for this perfect time, and the thing is, this perfect time can never happen. You have to make that time. You have to think about your priorities. What is truly important to you? Do you want to be in relationship? Do you want to meet someone, for example, before Christmas? Do you want to celebrate your next birthday with your special someone? Where do you see yourself in several years? Do you see yourself with a lady in a relationship, or do you see yourself single? How do you think you will feel about it? And then you should prioritize if, for example, it is necessary to take an additional project or it can wait. Uh, we are responsible for our own schedule and our own choices. So, if you are looking for a perfect time or a sign from the stars that now is the right time to start dating, it won't happen. You just have to start dating and you have to realize it is a process, regardless if you hire a matchmaker, or for example, you go online, you do Tinder, or you go to some events after we are allowed to do it. Guys, it will take time. Of course, if you hire the professional matchmaker, uh, he or she will make a more efficient use of your time. You will get guaranteed matches sooner than, for example, if you go to the online dating site. But still, it is a process. You will have to find time to date that lady, to actually take her out on dates. And if we are talking about international dating, to travel all over to meet her, and you will have to do it several times. Either you will meet in Ukraine at neutral territory, in your country probably, and you will have to invest time into building that long distance relationship as well. I see that you are sending me texts, but I can't see them. Let me try to see them. Oh, I see them now. So, hey, I think you're answering my questions. I'm listening to you carefully. Yes, I know that you have been watching our channel for a while, so I really have decided to start with your email and to cover your questions. I hope you have managed to see them, to hear the answer about values. Okay, I agree with you that values are important. Okay, the next question that I have received, the gentleman is asking basically what the ladies are bringing into relationship. Uh, he he also writes here that are they bringing anything except for sex? Okay, every time I hear that ladies bring only sex into relationship, I want to roll my eyes because I can tell you that the majority ladies are actually afraid that, oh, the gentleman wants from them just sex. He doesn't see me as a person. He is not interested what type of a person I am. All he sees is like beautiful body. And men are usually afraid that ladies want him just for money, not because he is super sweet or really smart or attentive or kind or really good at playing pool just because he has money. So, of course, we all have fears, and it comes from our background, from our experience, from experience of our parents. If you look at the bigger picture, if you think about what a man can do in relationship and what he can't do, I would say that ladies bring into relationship balance. There was a research conducted not so long ago, I think in Germany, and it concluded that women in marriage actually are less happy than women who are single. And they have explained the opinion, the results of this research in the way that ladies that are in marriage usually they spend less money on themselves and more money on their family, and they care less about their own interests than on the interest of the family. At the same time, they manage to build a more successful and stable career. Men who are married or in long-term committed relationship, and then they are happier because ladies care about them. Ladies give them extra attention and extra support. So if you try to do the math and try to calculate who brings what into relationship, I would say that when people choose each other for the right reason, for the healthy reason, not because she is just 25 or she is blonde or she is a doctor, or for example, because she is of that height, but because vision about relationship and dating, a vision about family life, about gender roles in the family, about money, about desire to have or not to have kids, when all these align and when people are on the same page, when they choose each other because they understand that they are good and healthy for each other for all the right reason, uh, then in such relationship, a lady can really bring balance into relationship. Gentlemen try to count this, I would call it investment into relationship in dollars or in euros, and that's a big mistake. I remember a client of mine told me that, oh, I have paid for the matchmaking service. I have flown back and forth from Germany to Ukraine to see her, and what did she do? And then I have asked him, like, when you have flown to Ukraine, they were dating already, so she was his girlfriend, to your girlfriend, where did you stay? He said, I have stayed in her apartment. She has insisted that why should I pay for the hotel? And I asked him, and where did you eat? Like, did you go out all the time? He said that no, like I have convinced her only 2 times to actually go out because she was cooking all the time, like breakfast, then lunches, then dinner. She was cooking. She was cooking traditional Ukrainian meals, and I asked him, and what did you do? Like in between those meals, and he told me that she took me to see her favorite sites, and she has introduced me to some of her relatives, some of her friends. That was her investment into this relationship. Probably she couldn't afford to take him to another city, to buy him tickets to fly to Ukraine, but that was her way to show that she cares for him and she likes him. She's a great cook, so she cooked like really nice meals because she wanted to surprise him and to treat him nicely. So if you try to calculate the investment into relationship only by money, you can't do it because like support or care or affection, how can you measure it in money? Of course, sometimes men tell me that, oh, I had to bring flowers to the date with her, like, and I had to foot the bill. It's all about your perception of the situation. It's all about how you feel and understand the situation. No, you didn't have to bring flowers, and you didn't have to foot the bill. Uh, why do you think that you had to do it? You have foot the bill. Why? Because I have enjoyed the date and because in Ukraine it's not traditional to split the bill. So he has invited her on a second date and on the third date, and again he was like bitching that, oh, he had to buy tickets to the cinema and she didn't buy the tickets. And I have asked him, like, do you try to accuse her on something that she tries to use you? Well, I don't know. Then it's all about your perception. If you will think about it the other way, that you are having a great date with a nice lady in the restaurant, She's having a nice meal, you are having a nice meal in the nice atmosphere. Yes, you are footing the bill, but you're not paying for her attention. You pay for the nice place where you can both enjoy a nice meal and get to know each other. And of course, you went to the cinema to see the movie. But again, you have paid to entertain yourself and to entertain yourself not only with the movie, but also with her company. So, yes, you can tell that you have bought that experience, but no, you have probably bought the atmosphere. You might have gone not to the movie, but maybe for a walk to the park, and there won't be a movie, just the good company. Sometimes gentlemen feel used, not because there is not the right lady next to them, but because they had some negative experience, and because deep down they believe that they are not worth this lady, and probably the only reason why she is out with him is because she wants to have that meal. If the gentleman understands that, okay, she is with him because he is witty, because he is kind, and he has chosen her for all the right reason, then he won't have this feeling that she tries to take advantage of him. I hope it makes sense. Guys, if there are any other questions that you would like me to cover, uh, I try to see them. I don't know how to do it on my phone, but I will figure this out. It looks like there are no questions. I hope it was useful for you. And since we had to reschedule so many dates this March and the first half of April, we had to push them all to May and June. And luckily, I can tell you in all dates, not a lady said that she wants to cancel. Everybody is actually waiting for the date in June or in May. So all the dates stay. Are you beautiful, Alisa? That's nice. She's at home. We are all at home. We are working from home, spreading love from home. Um, Guys, I want to wish you love, and please tell me if you like this format. Maybe I will do more live streams for you. Don't forget to email me questions. I know there are more questions in my email box, but I don't want to make these videos too long. So hopefully you like this format, and I promise to cover more of your questions in our upcoming videos for our blog and in live streams. I wish you all love. Svetlana Mucha from Diolli.com, and this time from home. Thank you.